Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Today I wanted to talk about the higher self and all that comes with that. Now, your higher self is it's pretty much a conglomerate of all of your past lives, all of what you've ever been, rolled up into one, and they actually I'll talk about me as far as my higher self, and that way you can have a point of reference of what I'm getting at when it comes to the higher self. Now, I've lived many lives, many winged beings from um, different types of dragon, from the angelic realms, um, bird, tall humanoid bird, um, as of like the blue avians. I've also lived as a another humanoid bird, very tall, 7 foot, maybe 8 foot tall, um, jet black bird um with wings. Uh, Andromedans. I've lived as an Andromedans. Uh, I've lived as a Caucasian male alchemist in another realm. So I've lived many lives, and I still have many lives that I have not retrieved. But that doesn't matter. All that I've ever been is rolled up into one. If you can think of the higher self as this big ball of light with all of these beings that can step forward and is always above you. It's always above you. Your higher self is always above you. And at any time throughout your current life, your past, um, your higher self, um, one of those past lives can step forth and help you and assist you as like a guardian or a guide or your angel, and give you downloads to help in your current life. So I may meet up with the Blue Avians, um, and that has everything to do with the light codes that I have already obtained within my energetic field, my soul, and we meet up in a space where time just don't exist. And the same thing with traveling to other realms. I can meet up with the dragon um, in the angelic realm and meet up with them and pretty much just start where I left off within these realms and begin to live again there and just come back here. Time does not exist, guys. I want you to understand that time is is made up. It just does not exist. We are past, present, and future all going on at the same time. So time is just a reference point of what humans use in our current day and time to give us a point of reference between night and day and all this other shit that really does not matter when you really look at it from a higher point of view. It does not. Time just does not exist. So any one of these past lives that I lived as that are in this ball of light, which is what we call the higher self, they can step forward and pass messages and and give me cosmic downloads as well. So now let's talk about time traveling. Now, what I do is essentially time travel, and within these projects, now we know that the CIA and all of these other agencies, well, within the military and within our government, they have time travel technology that was passed on throughout these projects, whether it be the Montauk or these other hidden agencies that have these capabilities within the military district and the deep state. Well, there's a lot of projects that was going on, and these Montauk projects were going on when I was very small and before then, and these psychic soldiers were created. I would be considered what they call a psychic soldier, and yes, I've been a part of these Montauk projects, but there was a lot of other things that was going on within the Montauk project as well. A lot of things, and the ones that was truly behind the Montauk projects were the the reptilians, and we also had the Greys and the Aryans, the Nazi Nordics, and a lot of these projects just was not good. And guys, I'm getting right now, my head is buzzing, and I'm feeling quite lightheaded. There is something that is I don't know if it's trying to stop me or just trying to give me some downloads, but I'm gonna keep going. So within these projects, there was a lot of things that was going on, and I'm getting help from this guy called Al. I can't remember his last name, but his name is Al, and I will leave a link. Um, I'm gonna leave you guys two links. One is for the Montauk Chronicles, and the other one is what we were doing within the government, and it has a lot to do with the remote viewing. Okay, now I want you to really listen to this remote viewing and get a feel of what we do, what we've been doing. And guys, I'm just gonna try to bring it, raw to you and pretty much uncut and get straight to the point. The government has been using psychic soldiers. They still use psychic soldiers, um, and they use remote viewers to harm other remote viewers. If I was not at the level that I'm at right now, I would have been harmed a long time ago. I know when someone is trying to enter my mind. Just like right now, I'm talking to you right now, and there's another presence here. There's another presence here, and they have the ability to shade themselves from me, you know, figuring out the source. And but I'm gonna be leaving you guys these links, and I really want you to absorb this information, absorb it. Really pay attention to every single word, especially with the remote viewing um, link that I'm going to leave you guys. There is something else that I want to discuss with you. If I cannot remember what that is, I will come back and circle back around and talk about that information. That there is something else. I think there's something that's trying to block me from um, putting what I really want to talk about out. Yes, I am getting help from the future guys, and I think this one guy named Al, um, that talked about the Montauk projects, and he was a part of it. And the things that they were doing to the children. A lot of children died, and you had to be strong within these projects. Even as a child, you had to be strong, and a lot of children just did not make it. And Al was one of the guys, one of the programmers that would say, this isn't right. Let me. A, a lot of times when you do not agree with something, your soul will just say, hey, you know what? I don't need this avatar. I'll leave this body and just go back to the source, and maybe come in as something else. Your soul, in order for these projects to be successful, you have to have consent. It has to be consent by the soul to continue on, or the soul will just drop that avatar body, drop that body, and be like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going to deal with it. It's not worth it. You're doing these projects without my consent. So, and I'm not going to be a part of it. So what they would do, Al, they tried to make these projects a little bit more humane to get your consent. Um, that way, the soul can no matter what happens, the soul will be within the body and go ahead along with these projects. So Al was one of the guys that would say, give these young men something um, that that they can agree to go through with these projects. So he came up with that, and it made it a little bit more better than just trying to beat these guys into submitting to these projects. And so I consider Al, regardless, one of my heroes, and I know that he's giving me information from the future, and I'm starting to remember a lot of these things that's going on, and of course, a lot of this stuff is just still frozen in time, and I can pick up on that energy. And just because something is frozen does not mean that it does not have a conscience. And when these energies come to me, when they come to me, they're looking for me to put a lot of this stuff out and put it to rest so that it can move on. So I feel like this work is very important. Also, guys, with the I just wanted to talk briefly about the pool AI Android female. Now, these androids they are advanced, and they are, I told you, that they will be put out into the public, and they will be able to do everything. They are very smart. So I don't know if you guys saw more of that video, and you saw that even as this android, shed tears, it still had that programming to move the head, and they are going to have handlers. I talked about this. The one thing that these scientists, these developers know, that as humans, once we see a what seems to be like a human being, um, in stress or in tears, we are naturally heart centered, and we want to make that person feel well and feel better, and we just genuinely are concerned about people. We like to show empathy towards individuals, and for those that are not, awakened, um, might it it may go over your head that the android, some of these androids are not going to know that they are androids. That is part of the programming, that they want these androids to feel and look and act human. But there are going to be subtle things, like I told you before, 2 months, 3 months ago, when I first came out and told you about these androids. You are not going to be able to tell the difference. And that China and Japan robots, you're not going to see that type of head movement like you see over here in the U.S. There will be more coming out, but they are learning. And the best way, I like the way that they actually put them in a populated area, um, and that they were doing that type of field test. You can only do a field test in a human population like that, where there's a mixture of races there. That there was a black and white and Hispanic at that pool site, and that's the type of environment that you want to put an android in to run those field tests. And I don't know if you guys seen the there's a PC game out, and it's called Replica, and it has everything to do with the Matrix, and you interact with the AI, and it's remarkable that they have their own thoughts and they are learning, and try to also get a feel of that as well, so you can see how these AIs are learning within their own computer matrix system. But we have them here, guys. We have them here. When I remote view and I get drawn to a place, especially like an underground base, uh, and I'm seeing a city of androids interacting with what, let's just say I had a counterpart that looked exactly like me and it was Android. Well, within this city, this underground city, there are replicas of what we would call digital copies of androids of the original person. This is going on. Okay, so, and I told you that they are making copies of our people. This is going on. So, but for the most part, when I talk about this stuff, I don't want you to be afraid of it. I just want you to be aware of it. Times are changing, and it's best that remote viewers and people, like me, just come out and talk about it and put it out to the public, and not hide it from you guys, because you need to know. Be aware. I'm not saying that when you do see stuff like this to act like the lady, and I think she went overboard. I think she got a little bit too excited at the lifeguard, the android lifeguard. She got too excited, and she expressed herself in a way that was not. When you see this stuff, guys, just record it. Uh, and keep a cool, calm, collective head about yourself. Um, so I can't tell you how to act when you do see it, but you saw how the lady act within the that video. So just you know keep a cool head that when you do see this, just record it and then put it out there, and let the people decide whether they want to believe it or whatnot. So I can only tell you my side, my truth, and how I feel about it. But I'm gonna leave a link to um, the Montauk Chronicles and the also the very important one that I want you guys to see is about the remote viewing of how we operate, and how not only the military, but there's other factions of the government that have used remote viewers, and you need to hear how well these guys can go in and see. And they're also going to talk about how I like to do it. I like to step outside the body and actually be there. I like to be in the my etheric form when I travel. Remote viewing, projecting your conscience out there is good, but when you actually in your spirit form there, you can. It's way better. I love doing it that way. That is like the best way to do it. In my case, I do this all the time. So, guys, I love, honor, respect all of you guys. Um, you're gonna have to I have to apologize for this interference that I was getting. Um, but I hope you guys, you know, understood everything that I was talking about, and just check out those links. It's going to be very important that you absorb that knowledge. I love, honor, respect all of you guys. Have a good day.